Hello you guys, so I wanted to just give you an update, tell you what's been going on in my life and fill you in with some bits. So one big change actually that's happened. So I'm 14 weeks pregnant today, and I wanted to do this video really because when I was in my first trimester I searched desperately for like a vlog, like someone just giving their real honest opinion or experience about how their first trimester actually went. I just wanted someone that I could relate to. I think you know, it can feel quite a lonely process, especially, you know, you're not really meant to tell anyone, and you know, there's so much stuff happening to you in your body that yeah, you just look for a bit of reassurance really. So let me first off start by saying, I'll tell you like a little bit about everything. Actually, something that I do need to mention, baby brain is real. It's a real thing. And if you've watched my previous videos where I've done like prep updates and stuff, and you've noticed that I've been like really fatigued and just a bit all over the place in my videos, this will probably be 10 times worse. So yeah, there we go, let's put it out. So if you guys manage to last till the end of the video, power to you. So, all right, so let me just kind of start by saying, like I said, that I feel extremely blessed. I know that sounds like such a cheesy thing to say, but when you realize how you get pregnant and how hard it is to get pregnant, you know, I mean, obviously there are people out there who, you know, and I've got friends that have got pregnant very quickly, and sometimes even like, you know, it could be like a one-night stand or just a one-time thing, and or, you know, friends of mine that actually have been actively trying not to get pregnant and have got pregnant. So there are those crazy people that are extremely fertile and get pregnant like that. But for the most part, you know, especially with Kay and I, we decided that after competing last year that, you know, I mean, especially me, I'm 29, and you know, when I prep, it takes a huge toll on my body, and I've told you guys countless times how unhealthy it is, and I just was yearning for health and balance in my life, and also, you know, wanting to experience a family and have a child of my own, and you know, share such an amazing experience with Kay. And yeah, so I mean, after my show, so my periods stop when I do prep, so it was a real case of trying to get my body healthy. So luckily my periods came back fairly quick, so I think about 4 to 5 weeks, maybe 6 after the British finals, I got my periods back. They were really regular, almost actually to the hour, which is weird. And yeah, and after that I was trying to, obviously not only contending with the whole post-show binging stuff that, you know, is really difficult, but actually just trying to get my body in a healthy way. So not overeating, not eating too little, not doing excessive amount of training. So just trying to find that balance and that good place for me. I did want to put my body fat up a little bit higher than I probably would have been comfortable with, just because, you know, I read that it's a good chance for you to get pregnant if you know, your body fat is slightly higher. It's, you know, rather than if you're overtraining and you're eating in a deficit, obviously it just can make things slightly harder. So when you try to conceive, you realize actually how incredible it is that people get pregnant, and it, you know, you really understand what a miracle it is. And for Kay and I, like, we, you know, it was just such a magic, you know, when we found out, it was just such I mean, when I found out, I found out when he wasn't here, and I just remember for about 20 solid minutes pacing up and down. We've got a small flat, pacing up and down my flat, sobbing, like I just couldn't quite believe that it was true. And, you know, and like I said, when you kind of are trying to conceive and you realise actually how, you know, such a small window you have to try and get pregnant, and actually there's lots of factors that have to happen. And yeah, like I said, it's a miracle, and it's just such a blessing, and we're both so insanely happy. So I have to say that so that you guys don't think the next bit that I'm about to say is really bad. But the first trimester was very difficult for me, and I think honestly, after speaking to mums to be now and mums, that most women do suffer quite badly with it. And for me, it was, I think the moment that I really struggled, I remember before I found out I was pregnant, I did a 115 kilo squat. And I always tell people this story because it's just such a crazy thing. It's just such a crazy example of how quickly your body changes. And after we found out I was pregnant, so literally just over a week, I went to do a leg day, and I couldn't even do a body weight squat. My heart rate went straight up, the exhaustion, the sheer, my body felt like lead. I couldn't do it. And I just felt so emotional and upset. And obviously not only that, but all these hormones in my body. And God, it was such a struggle. And I remember kind of saying to Kay when you got home, you know, I was so down, and I was really just upset. I felt like I was losing who I was. And, you know, that's why I tried to reach out and find people on YouTube that were giving honest kind of vlogs as such about their experience, because I wanted to know that I wasn't alone, and that people were going through the same thing. And especially in the fitness industry, you know, I follow tons of mums that, and all through their pregnancies, and that now have beautiful, healthy babies, but they never really kind of shared, and they don't have to, obviously, but they never really shared the difficulties as such of the first trimester. And I was just yearning for someone to be really open and honest with me. Hence why I wanted to do this video, and just to kind of, if I can help someone that was in my shoes, kind of, you know, just them to watch it and go, all right, it's not just me. She had it too. So as I said, first trimester, I was about 7 weeks, and I was really struggling, really struggling. Like I said, felt really low, and and it's such a horrible thing because you're so overjoyed and you're so happy, but then you've also got all these other hormones and emotions running around that make you feel quite negative. And I was really upset about that, that I felt that way. But you know, it is normal. There's so much going on in your body. And actually, I reached out to an Instagram friend of mine called Laura, and she is still pregnant. She's very close to meeting her bubba. But I just messaged her. I think I was about 8 weeks, and I just said, look, I'm 8 weeks pregnant. Please give me some assurance. Like, you know, I feel dead. Like, I'm exhausted. I can't go more than 6 hours without a nap. I am constantly nauseous. I don't feel like I'm me anymore. I feel down. Like, my anxiety is crazy high. You know, and just a whole load of crap, really. And she was so sweet. She replied. She was really lovely, and just said, look, you know, 100% with you there. I was the same. It's really difficult, but you will get through it, and you know, better times are coming. And honestly, just that message back from her was like a weight lifted off of my shoulders. It was so amazing to kind of have someone who was going through it, and you know, is near to meeting her baby, and just to know that I wasn't alone, and know that actually it is quite common, and most women feel like this in their first trimester, and it really did put my mind at ease, and I did start to feel a bit better, actually. It was so weird. I actually remember going to Asda shortly after, like a supermarket, and I saw this pregnant woman, and I wanted to go up and hug her and be like, I'm so proud of you, keep going. And I know that sounds completely pathetic, but I just have this whole new like crazy respect for these women that, you know, are pregnant and have babies, and especially the women that have babies whilst they're pregnant. I mean, God knows how you do it. And I know I'm just at the beginning, but it's just, I mean, women are just phenomenal creatures. We really are. So yeah, so a whole new level of respect there. So anyway, so in terms of my first trimester, after, like I said, I spoke to Laura, things got a little bit better. It was much better after the scan. So we had our 12-week scan just to check baby was okay. And again, that was filled with anxiety because, you know, obviously they do the Down syndrome test and they check for any sort of abnormalities. And, you know, you're constantly just thinking, you know, oh, is my baby, but you know, are they okay? And then, oh, heartbeat, but is that normal? Is that the normal heart? And you're just like, you want to so badly enjoy it, but it's just filled with so much, make sure he's okay, please. So yeah, so that was crazy. And obviously I, as you guys know or may know, that, you know, I have suffered before with mental health and just bad anxiety. So I knew that this was going to be a whole new challenge. So we announced on Instagram a couple of weeks ago, and that was lovely. It was so great to finally tell people. I got so many messages previous to announcing about the bub that people were like, where are you? Are you not training anymore? You know, are you okay? Like, so many messages, and I really just wanted to tell people, but obviously we waited for the scan and made sure everything was okay. And then again, it was another milestone for us. It was another weight had been lifted off my shoulders. Such amazing support from so many of you. And again, try not to get too emotional, but just sheer love from people to take the time and, you know, message and be so supportive and so joyed for us. And it is just so overwhelming. And what's been really helpful is, you know, I don't have a lot of babies in my life. I haven't, you know, if you know me, I always steer clear of holding a baby. Like, I'm a bit awkward with that sort of stuff. I don't consider myself as being really maternal. So to have all these women who have been through it, and I've got so many direct messages, and, you know, I had some lovely messages from people actually that said, you know, I know that you've had anorexia in the past, and I hope you feel okay with how your body's going to change, and, you know, and I'm here if you need to talk, and all these people I've never met, and it's just, what a wonderful thing. And I felt like part of such a community of all these women kind of inviting me in and taking me under their wing, and that was truly incredible, and it just felt so amazing after, to be honest. Obviously there have been a few comments. I'm not even going to give it the time of day to even talk about it on here, but some negative stuff, but you know, 99% has just been amazing, and it has made such a difference for me, for people to know, you know, not having to like breathe in too much or wear like really baggy t-shirts, or, you know, feel bad for not being able to train every day and stuff. So I'm just going to give you a quick overview of my reflux. It's another great thing of my my first trimester in a whole, really. So as I said, the crazy amount of fatigue hit me straight away, and then came horrendous nausea. Now, I just want to say I haven't actually been sick, and thank goodness. I can't imagine how hard it is for you mums to be that have morning sickness. And, you know, obviously from our point of view, we're trying to get all our nutrients in our body to nurture baby and all of that. And if you're being sick, you know, that's all your goodness going. So I'm so fortunate that I haven't been sick, but it has just been like 24/7 nausea. I wake up in the morning, I don't feel too bad, and as soon as I have my first sip of water, I'm done right till I go to bed. I have definitely noticed in the last 4 weeks that my energy has got better, so there is definitely light at the end of the tunnel there. Again, it's not great. It's just gone from me having naps every day to now not having to nap, but again, it comes in waves. It's, you know, some days you feel amazing and you have a good workout, other days you can't even face getting out of bed, let alone walking down the road, let alone trying to train. So I've had to be very careful in how I expend my energy, just making sure that you know, obviously my job as a PT is, you know, I have to be very kind of, I can't even think of the word, energetic, and it takes a lot to do that and be so kind of focused on someone. So I've really just been trying, and obviously no one really knew at the beginning, so trying not to get my clients to kind of, you know that anything was wrong, that I was fine, and, you know, we just keep pushing hard. So the nausea is starting to subside. I think I kind of don't want to say that, because 2 days ago I had the worst day with it, but then today doesn't feel too bad. So I like to kind of think, whereas before it was constant, now it feels like it's a bit more like waves, a bit like my energy. So I'm really hoping that that's going to start getting better. In terms of what I've tried for nausea, I've done everything. I think I've pretty much done everything that people have recommended or that I've researched. Nothing particularly worked for me, unfortunately. Excuse me. Great. Yeah, you know, just lots of, I had those ginger chew things, they were all right. But, you know, I think what I've struggled with is, again, with the nausea, it's just, I've had really strong food aversions and they haven't been consistent. So it's been like, one day I've managed to eat eggs on toast, and then the next day, the thought of eggs on toast makes me, ugh. So it's been really hard to have any sort of normality with my diet. And honest to God, I have no idea what I'm eating in terms of macros, what my calories are, and I do not give two flying monkeys. I'm just trying to survive each day and just get the nutrients I can. In terms of diet, I'd love to tell you that I'm eating my 5 a day and it's all nutritious. I went through a phase where I could barely stomach fruit and vegetables. I was really trying to eat like a bit of broccoli, and some days it would go down right, other days completely not even a, you know, and at that point it's just trying to not feel amazingly sick. Like, it's just trying to survive it. So everything I eat now is bland. It's, you know, crackers with a bit of salt on it, just dry food. Funnily enough, I have the sweetest tooth in the world, and I adore my ice cream and my sweets and my chocolate, and I love anything sweet. That will always be my go-to. And since I've been pregnant, I cannot stomach anything sweet, like anything at all. I actually tried to try the new Halo ice cream the other day, and I was like, nope. And it's so bizarre. Like, even, you know, if Kay was eating a bit of chocolate, I'm like, oh, and then I'm like, no. Anything sweet, even like fruit, like I can't have anything sweet. And that is, he finds it hilarious, because he, you know, it's such a change in who I am. But yeah, honest to God, I just can't stomach anything. So my food really consists of white rice, has been going down well. I tried brown rice, that was too nutty, so I had to go to plain as possible. My protein, I've really been trying to get protein in, but it's not, you know, I get a bit of chicken here and there, but no, and eggs. Chicken and eggs is probably my only source of protein. I started to have a little bit of whey protein in my oats, but again, that's a bit touch and go. So I probably would say, I mean, before I would eat about 140 grams of protein, and it's now probably about 50 to 60 grams a day. Again, what can you do? I'm just trying to get stuff in my tummy and not feel too sick from it. So I'm just doing the best I can, and hopefully now things are getting better. I'll start to have a bit more of an appetite and start to actually be able to eat stuff. My sense of smell is crazy right now, even to the point, another story I like to tell people, I had soup a few weeks ago and I had to stop eating it because I could smell the china from my bowl, and it just, everything smelled really like china-y and metal-y, and I was like, no, and I had to stop eating. Honest, it's just, it's like, it just sounds so bizarre, doesn't it? But yeah, so my sense of smell has been crazy, my nausea has been crazy, my fatigue has been crazy, my boobs are crazy, they just be popping. Like, I'm a flat-chested girl, I always have been, but my goodness, I've got these just bazongas now, and I'm a bit scared of them. Like, I don't really know what to, you know. So I was just looking in the mirror, and I was in a changing room, and I was actually trying to find a bra because I was going to a wedding, and I just saw all these crazy veins and all these blue, you know, and I was like, oh God, just so incredible to think that's my body, and it's just all weird at the moment. So it looks a bit like Avatar. It's like a really weird blue thing. Anyway, so yeah, crazy boobies, and definitely feeling soft everywhere. I think the biggest thing I noticed other than boobs was my hips. My hips have just, whoop, my hips are so wide. I just got out of the shower at about 5 weeks pregnant, and I was just like I was just staring at my hips in the mirror, and they literally touch the sides of the mirror now. Like, there's no space in between, whereas before there wasn't. So and obviously it's scary, isn't it, seeing your body change, but honestly I'm really just happy to embrace everything and just know that there's a time and a place to get back in shape, and that will be after the baby's here and after we've bonded and stuff. And right now it's just trying to get healthy nutrients into my body and not, you know, and stay active. That's literally my goal. So yeah, I hope this has actually turned out more positive than negative. I really don't want it to sound like you know, I was moaning at the beginning or being like, oh, because, you know, we wanted to get pregnant so badly, and it's such a blessing, but I was completely unprepared of how difficult I was going to find it, and just the thought of it getting better now, and just having, you know, this second trimester glow that everyone keeps telling me about, that I'm still like, you know, it's just really exciting, and there's so many things to look forward to. And, you know, my anxiety is definitely high at the moment, and I'm trying not to let it all just be this big anxious cloud. I'm trying to have good days and enjoy the days, but you know, it's definitely hard. But you know, there is nothing I can do, and that's what I'm struggling with. It's just, there's no control that I have here, so it's just about just staying positive and hoping everything will be okay. So anyway, thank you for watching. Supplements, quickly I just say, because someone asked me about supplements, I just take the Pregnacare Max Plus. So make sure that there's a good fish oil in there. Obviously you need things, especially the first trimester, you need like your folic acid. Fish oils and vitamin D are extremely good for babe. I'm probably going to look into getting some probiotics. I'll speak to my midwife in a couple of weeks just to go over what they think as well. But I probably want to try and add a few more supplements in just to help. Not really doing whey protein just because I can't stomach it. Coffee is a no-no. Oh, I miss it so much. And as in, I can't stomach coffee. You are allowed to have a little bit of caffeine, but I can't do it. I can't have any drinks. So water is my only friend right now. So I am putting on Palmer's like a stretch mark cream. Again, sure, it does nothing, but it just makes you feel like you're doing something. And that's about it for pregnancy stuff, I think. Yeah, I'm just trying to embrace it and just enjoy it and not get too anxious and wish the time away. Although I kind of just, you know, I just think, oh, until the baby's in my arms, that's when I won't be anxious about it. And then I think, yeah, and then when the baby's in your arms, you're going to be like, I'm so anxious about letting my baby go into the world. So yeah, I think this is just me now. So thank you for watching. Thank you so much for sharing my happiness. And if you guys have any questions or you want to know anything, or you know, I'll probably do these updates every sort of 4 to 6 weeks. So if there is anything that you want me to put in there, I'll definitely try and do a pregnancy workout at some point. Then just let me know or comment below or whatever. Hope you guys are well. Thank you so much for your support, and I will see you in the next video.